Hi folks, welcome to the quarterfinals of the Champions of Westeros League. This is the winter edition and we have a game, first of our quarterfinals, between the King of Swiss, Feuerbart, and Marcel Arias. So as you can see, players have swapped decks quite a bit throughout the tournament. So difficult to predict what they will play today. But yeah, Feuerbart certainly has in recent times played some nice bestow decks like the Banner Lion, Martel Banner Lion that won the Canadian Nationals. So perhaps something like that for him and for Marcel. Lots of different factions today, so 2 games with Baratheon trading with Kohor, so maybe something like that. Or I know he likes to play Martel Knights of the Hollow Hill as well, so we'll see what the players choose. So here are the pairings. So this is the top one. Then it's Stephen Patain in the second quarterfinal against me. Then we have Radek and Stelios, and at the bottom we have Victor and Mak. And the game has started. So let's see if I guessed correctly. Nope. So we have Marcel playing Stark Fealty. I think this is his first game with Stark in this tournament. And we have Lannister Alliance. Okay, this one I did predict correctly. So we have 3 companies as one of the banners, and Banner of the Dragon is the other one. So this will be some bestow synergies, I think, with the Targaryen Tyrion and Bagging Brothers, and this guy serves as Informer as well. So starting with Skagos, Core, Caitlyn and Bran on one side, no economy, and on the other side we have Cersei's Informer and Second Sons, both bestow cards, and the Gold Road. Feuerbart going for initiative with the Maiden, and we have Heir to the Iron Throne on the other side, so probably trading Bran for something bigger. Robb Stark. Which is pretty good, but obviously some protection will be needed against the possible reset. And I think we'll probably see some cancel on the other side for Robb Stark and similar triggers, although with Core Caitlyn there is some protection, for instance triggering Skagos during a challenge in which she's participating, and triggering the stand is a known tactic. What do we have here? Fever Dreams. Nothing on it. And the Iron Bank with 1 gold, so 3 companies can put gold on a card without gold or a mercenary character, so could put gold on Fever Dreams, or for instance Cersei's Informer, who can then move gold to something else and draw a card in the process. And we have 2 copies of Second Sons in play, and Brown Band Plum with no gold currently in the gold pool. There is of course still the Gold Road to be used, and now we have Unbridled Generosity, putting gold on the 3 bestow cards. And still the faction card is standing for 3 companies. Some protection for Robb. Of course that means that he won't be Skagosed away now to get rid of potential negative attachments, but with 3 companies and Bagging Brothers and the general Lannister cancel, I don't think we'll see Milk of the Poppy. And Sweet Sleep protects from that anyway. So Fever Dreams doesn't work anymore. And this could be important because, yeah, 3 cards left in hand. 2 Northern Armories and no Claim Soak. Yeah. Caitlyn defends. Might see her standing later to attack on the intrigue. And now Rob Stop will be gone. Yeah, so in case Skagos was used, these two are... Sweet Sleep is terminal, but Fever Dreams is not, so it's not a good deal for Marcel here. And some filtering here with the Informer, so Dario Naharis in the discard pile can be put into play with Tyrion. And I think this one will be defended. And now probably worth it to stand. I was going to suggest stand Caitlyn, get rid of another card, but no, going for the power challenge. Superior claim as well, so suddenly things going quite fast. And now to use the other armor here. No. Quick plot selection. Okay, so we have the father that gets rid of, potentially gets rid of a unique character. And we have Pentoshi on the other side. Cheating stuff into play, and it's all low cost characters, which means it's pretty nice for the Harris potentially. but with 12 gold on the other side, if something fast now comes in. Okay, Wyman Manderley not that fast. And the River and Minstrel, who can trigger on Caitlyn, which is where you want the power really, because this is going to be taken for claim if nothing else comes in. Of course, power on characters will go away if the father is resolved later. I say if, it would fizzle if there were no unique characters on one side of the board, but that seems unlikely. So it should trigger in some way. Mercenary character. Yeah, okay, so you can choose Brown Ben Plum, for instance, and then save him from the father while still returning Robb Stark or Caitlyn. That's a pretty good deal. For a Feuerbart, and we have another Fever Dreams, and this time it should get some cards. And the Plaza again, you can throw stuff away and potentially grab it from the discard pile later. And building up the Iron Bank nicely as well if the game goes long. Now, River and Minstrel, of course, can be Skagost to get another power, but only if it's standing. You can play around a bit with Robb Stark with that. Fully defending, so must be something decent in hand. Yeah, no reason to give any renowned power away. And here we have the Minstrel Skagost away. Robb Stark stands, reacting to the cost, and then Minstrel comes in and gives one power to Caitlyn. And that leaves the power challenge, which now will be difficult to oppose. Going all in. Okay, Gets him up to 9, of course, before the father removes one of the renowned characters. And now we'll see the power challenge, presumably. And still the chance to stand something with Plaza. Not sure what happened with the Fever Dreams when Wyman was nailed. It didn't seem to trigger. Maybe Feuerbart didn't trigger it. And this is slightly problematic now because Claim takes one character and then the father takes another. Dominance for Marcel and Skagos probably coming back, yeah. Now you could save Brown Ben Plum with Golden Company or just return Missandei, who comes in for free anyway. And Rob Stark returned to Marcel's hand, so suddenly the score pretty even. 7-5 after 2 rounds. Interesting play, Pentoshi, so that gets Rob Stark back immediately. So just got rid of his couple of power from Renown. And Barring played by Marcel, even though he has Skagos on the board. But I guess that stops Missandei being cheated into play. Still filtering a little bit with Cersei's Informer. And another minstrel. One dead, one in the discard pile, so no more Skagos for that. And now Sweet Sleep is gone and Fever Dreams does work on Rob. And let's see, Dario Naharis, ally, companion or mercenary, won't be finding much here. No, nothing at the moment. I'm missing some power icons here. We have 13 strength on power. So Marcel can win it if he goes all in, but only Rob has renown currently. Caitlyn was in the challenge earlier when I wondered whether Feuerbart didn't trigger Fever Dreams on purpose. Yeah, so that stops it nicely. And all three of these can do power and then it won't trigger, which might be the thing to do. No? Defending intrigue, which means he doesn't quite have enough now to defend the power challenge unless the armor is used. I wonder why Marcel switched to this defensive tactic here. Could have pushed on with the power challenge and some more renown. No, doesn't seem like he can defend much anyway. So if Rob defends, gives some cards away, no. Then he stands for everything stands with claim, of course. And keeping Recon, which means possibly there could be another heir to the Iron Throne. And now with everything standing, should be enough to defend the power challenge. And Feuerbart doesn't bother just gives renown away if he did so. Okay, still close, 9-8. Now add the Iron Throne into something like Fast Eddie. Could close it out from here. But then again, both players could still have resets. And Harris would hurt for sure. Wildfire Assault. Okay, that's an unusual plot for this deck, but very nice against this board. And we have the pointy end, so the pointy end gets rid of power from Caitlyn. And Wyman grabs another card. And this time Feuerbart goes first. With pretty much unlimited gold now. Vargo accelerates the renown business, so we have 3 characters potentially with renown now. And it's a useful power icon. And there he is. Key card for the deck, so Tyrion Lannister can take a mercenary from any player's discard pile, but this is not worth even checking, so should be this one. And we have big power icons, and we have okay, Dario is already in play. Reznak, not a mercenary. And we need something big to come out here for Marcel to counter this. Card in Shadows. Could be another Skagos, which would be pretty useless use of resources, I guess, so I'm guessing it's Mira. And Summer can take Recon or Bran. Still no Begging Brothers to cancel triggers like this one. Takes Recon. Recon stops any search. Would that be useful? Let's see. So Tyrion doesn't search. And Vargo doesn't search. He can sacrifice himself, I guess, to cancel Skagos, which would be a little weird. And 2 gold left, so I wonder why not Bran instead with another icon. And now there is stealth on the board, so you can get rid of Caitlyn participating on defense. That makes things a lot more difficult here for Marcel. This is enough to win, and no Vargo. So just 2 renown, 1 renown actually, just the Golden Company. And giving cards away. Of course, now that Caitlyn is started. And this can be refilled as well with 3 companies still available. And now Vargo gains stealth as well, which means he can bypass. Let's see, he bypasses Summer, forcing Rob to defend or leave it unopposed. And no limit on Vargo, so he can take other keywords in theory. And now we have Mira blanking Dario. Which means he cannot stand anything here. And probably just the Wyman trigger. Save Rob for another time. Yeah, probably less useful now because they will be in the challenge probably with Caitlyn. So intrigue left if he wants to use the Plaza of Pride here. Just ends the Golden Company instead, so let's see how much power can be gained back here. There is only 1 renowned character, so not that much. They can do power together, and then Skagos, for instance, sacrifices Recon, Rob stands everything. Then Rob and Summer can do military if there is only 1 character standing. Actually Mira stands as well, so there is stealth available. Yeah, so Rob should be getting 2 renowned here, plus the power claim. No superior claim this time. The other option is to sack Summer. He can come into play net and grab something from the dead pile or the discard pile. Yeah, and still Mira with stealth should be enough to win the challenge against well, currently nothing. could be done without Rob, since Fever Dreams is annoying. Okay, Intrigue first. That's also unopposed. And this one not that useful. And now some useful cards gained back for Fever Dreams, but it should be another unopposed challenge. Unless there is an event in hand. Okay, and dominance should be tied. 10-9, so roughly around the same totals as the start of the round. Of course, Pointy End did take 3 off. And now quite a different board here for Feuerbart in terms of the cost of characters. So I was thinking to Harris earlier, but this set of characters makes me think that he is not running that. Even first snow seems more likely now. And still the threat of heir to the Iron Throne, of course. Okay, so much for that. So there is the Harris, and that will do something in terms of the board state, but it does not block Winter Festival. Golden Company and Tyrion loses 1 renown from Dario. And yeah, if you want to keep Rob, it's not great. You keep Mira and Rickon, or Summer and Rickon. Just Caitlyn alone, so losing a lot of characters with that. The card in Shadows is now Skagos. And he needs a decent hand to replay some stuff here. Otherwise the Second Sons and the like will be too strong to get past them in the power challenge. And this time Feuerbart goes first, thinking probably that he can put some pressure on. Vargo comes back, spending quite a lot of the gold from the Iron Bank, still a bit left. And there is something in Shadows, I think this is new, there was nothing earlier. So Banner, Dragon, Shadows. The Assassins probably not. Could be Queensguard, could be Pinch of Powder. Lannister cards. Mandon or Sir Robert Strong are not mercenaries, which seems to be the theme here. Aegon with 3 gold left and still in the gold road, that could work. He could bring in Dario if there is 1 left. And there is, because he was put to the bottom with the Harris. And now there is no Recon to cancel that search. Yeah, but this is a pretty big board now, so should be strong enough to get something through. We have Jory as well, who can gain power here for one of the characters, because there is a winter plot. Let's see what happens here. So there is Bran to cancel this. Mercenary character with 1 or more gold. That's all 3 of them. Would gain renown and no attachments. And Tyrion would gain intimidate. Hence judgment. That's even better. Leaves Bran still in play. And Dario put into play with Tyrion, so not with Aegon, which is one possible card that is in shadows. Could be others, of course. No Skagos now. No gold left. Let's see now way to blank Dario, which means can he do anything? Still nothing to take, so he can only stand Vargo, which of course is useful in itself. And now we'll see what happens here. So Jory cannot defend, he's been started, but he can sacrifice himself to save something. Rob could defend, but then you're giving cards away again. Okay, there is Aegon. And what can he bring here? Janos Slint. 1 gold with the gold road. Okay, that's an interesting one. I don't think I've ever seen that, so bringing Janos into play. It's not great because they do stand like crazy. But let's see, so Rob can be used at claim, which means intimidate comes after that. Or in fact here, when Jory is sacrificed, that's another option. Of course nothing will be killed now, because Jory saves Caitlyn. So she gains 1 power. The Minstrel is put back into the deck. It's the one that was in the discard pile. 2 are dead. So to the bottom, it will be difficult to retrieve. That's 11 power, with some useful intimidate here for Feuerbart, who himself is now getting close to victory, and he needs to make sure now that there is no mass stand here to get the power challenge with Renown, because that with the Winter Festival of course can win the game. So he'll do the other challenges with as much Renown as possible probably. And getting rid of Superior Claim, which honestly is not a big threat now. Difficult to win by 5, I mean, for Marcel. Now that's 11, and there's potentially 3 Renown, so this needs to be opposed, otherwise it's game over. And no way to get past this, so conceding here, yeah, he could have used the armory to oppose, but then no way to stand the board to contest dominance or win the power back, so yeah. Very nicely done again by Feuerbart, who stays undefeated in this tournament so far. Wasn't looking good at some point, but had enough stall with that pointy end, and then to Harris to stop Marcel at 11, and whatever would have been gained here with the Winter Festival, and yeah, the early investment into the Iron Bank, of course, which works brilliantly with free companies, and then those Fever Dreams drawing, yeah, just enough, I think something like 6 cards over the course of the game, maybe more, and of course cheating some mercenaries into play and stuff like that, and then they gain a bit of renown in the late game with Golden Company and Vargo and Dario as well. Yeah, so really nice use of Bestow here. It was one of the main teams in his Martel Lion deck that won the Canadian Nationals, and now this Lannister Alliance using some Targaryen cards as well. With seems like most of this can be done in faction if you play just Targaryen, but Fever Dreams very useful, and we saw Cersei's Informer as well, which is a nice filter effect, and it can move gold around as well to where you need it. So yeah, nice game. This was our first quarterfinals, so Feuerbart still undefeated, first semi-finalist in this tournament, and the other 3 games still to be played. We'll see if we can get some footage of those. Obviously, with the players' permission, some will be played, I'm sure, privately, so we won't be able to see them. And my own game I'll try to record and maybe show it to you later with commentary recorded separately. So thanks for joining me for this one, and we'll see you next time.